Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I absolutely love bling and I have crystallized a lot of things before. I've crystallized cell phone cases and jewelry, and so I'm going to show you guys what I do when I stone with Swarovski crystals and make a beautiful crystallized cell phone case. So this is my cell phone right here, and I think it's absolutely beautiful. I love doing the crystal AB Swarovski crystals. So that's just like the plain iridescent Swarovski crystals, and I just think it looks so beautiful. So I will show you guys how I do it in this video. Okay, so I'm going to show you all of the equipment that I use whenever I crystallize a phone case. So first of all, you have to have your phone case, and I found that really any phone case that can withstand glue, and as long as it's a flat surface, it will work. That's just what I found. I've honestly crystallized many different types of phone cases and even a flip phone that didn't even have a phone case back in 2004. So it's definitely possible. So this is the one that I decided to use. It's called Safe Sleeve, and this is what it looks like. It is gray. And then when you close it, it just flips, or it closes like that. So as you can see, I've already crystallized the back, this side, and this top part. So I just have to do this part and then across, and then I'm gonna do some on here as well. So I'm gonna show you guys everything that I use. So first of all, you will need a mask to wear. I just got this at Walgreens. I think the brand is Curad. The reason why you want to wear a mask is because the glue that we will be using is extremely toxic. It's called E6000. This is what it looks like. And this is the glue that most people use whenever they're crystallizing anything. If they're putting crystals on gowns or, costumes, whatever they're doing, and cell phone cases, whatever they're crystallizing, they usually use this glue. It is, like I said, it's very toxic. It actually says right here, vapor, harmful, possible cancer agent, may cause kidney damage. So this is just something to be aware of. The last time I wanted to have a crystallized phone case, I actually decided to just buy one online because I didn't want to expose myself to this glue because it's just so toxic. And the first time I ever used it, I was 18, and I actually did get really sick from it because I didn't protect myself in any way, and I felt really sick within an hour or two. So just something to be aware of if you plan on using this glue, but I find that it does work the best. So then I have these gloves to protect my skin, and I just got these on Amazon. And then, so these are the crystals that I'm using. So I've tried other colors before, and you can definitely use whatever color you want. My favorite though are these, which are the Crystal AB. So anything that's AB means that it's going to be iridescent and it will have more of a light effect. So whenever the light shines on it, it'll just sparkle more compared to one that's not AB. But you can get other colors besides just the crystal color. You can get like pink or teal or aqua, or really I think there's so many colors that come in AB. But yeah, these are my favorite. I order these from DreamTimeCreations.com, and they sell these little kits with the E6000, the syringe, and then you can get like a bigger syringe tip or a smaller one. It just comes with both. So for this cell phone case, I'll be using the smaller one, and I like these because the glue will dry out if you try and save it, so it's better to just open a new one for each time you decide to do some stoning. Whenever you buy your crystals, it's going to ask you the gross amount. So this is 4 gross, and then this one I ordered was in 5 gross. And it'll kind of explain to you what that means on the website. And then the size that I decided to get is SS 20. And I would say if you're gonna do a cell phone case, don't go any bigger than SS20. Anything smaller would work as well. So the tool that I use to apply the crystals is called Crystal Katana, and it's awesome. I love this thing. So it has this tip right here, which is made of wax. And so the crystals will stick to it really easily, and then will stick to the glue. And so this works the best. And then you use this tip to put on top of the crystal to press it down into the glue so that it sticks really well. So the next thing that I use is, sometimes I will use some tweezers. I rarely need these because my Crystal Katana works so well. But every once in a while, a crystal won't go on the right way that I planned, and so I'll have to use one of these to just take it off and maybe use a different crystal or try and use that same one. And then this is the other thing that I love. It's called the Magical Tray. And so you put all of your crystals on here, and then you just shake it a little bit, and all the crystals will flip right side up. Not all of them, but the majority of them. So it's really easy. That way you don't have to do it by hand. So this will save you a lot of time. And then the last thing that I use is I use an air purifier. This is a HEPA air purifier, and I have it on right next to my workstation where I'm going to be doing my stoning. And this is going to help purify the air as I'm working so that my entire apartment doesn't start to smell like E6000 glue, because like I said, it's super toxic and you want to be careful. You want to protect yourself as much as possible, because I want you guys to be able to see exactly what I do. I'm not going to turn the air purifier on just yet, just because it'll be a little loud. So I just put my crystals in the magical tray, and I'm just shaking it a little bit. Okay, so a lot of them have already turned over, which is awesome. Okay, I'm gonna put my gloves on. So the first thing that I do is I put this E6000 in the syringe, and I'll use as much as I can, because honestly, if you try and put more into the syringe after you've done, this part will stick to this part from the glue, and you really can't add more glue. So I'm opening up this glue. Gotta be really careful with it, you guys. If you don't have an air purifier, then I would just do this outside, just where you have really good air moving, so that you're not just like breathing in these toxic fumes all the time when you're doing your stoning. Okay, so that should be enough glue. I'm gonna put the top back on and put this right in here. Oh, I need to put this top on as well. So I'm using the smaller tip. So now we are ready to do some stoning. So it's really easy. Yesterday when I was crystallizing my phone, this actually only took me 2.5 hours. And I was just listening to a podcast on my phone the whole time. I wasn't bored at all. Okay, so this is what you do. So once you figure out how you want to line up your crystals, now we're gonna put our crystals on. So I like the placement of these. So now I'm just gonna flip over this Crystal Katana and press these crystals down into the glue. I'm just gonna keep going down like this, and then go around and then all the way down. So I finished stoning my cell phone case last night. It ended up taking me 1.5 hours to finish the rest, and I think it looks so pretty. I love the way it looks. So sparkly. So I'm definitely excited to use this for my phone. I think it's going to be so cute, and I think I'm really gonna love it. So I'm really proud of myself. I think it looks really, really good. The other thing that I wanted to show you guys is other supplies that you can buy besides the ones that I showed you. So you can buy a package of the small E6000 glue by itself instead of those little kits that I showed you with the syringe and the syringe tips. And then you can also get a bag of syringes as well. And again, it's DreamtimeCreations.com. And then they also sell a package of the syringe tips, and these are the 18 gauge, so these are going to be the smaller ones. So yeah, so those are just some other supplies that you can use besides the other stuff that I showed you. It's the same stuff, just not individually wrapped into a kit. So again, here is my beautiful cell phone case. I cannot wait to use it. The other thing I wanted to mention to you guys is that once you're done putting all the crystals on, you're going to want to let it dry for at least, 15 hours or so, maybe even like a whole day before you start using it. And so what I do is I just leave it right in front of my air purifier, and it helps reduce all those toxic vapors from the glue so that whenever you're using your cell phone, it doesn't stink like E6000 the whole time. And honestly, it doesn't even smell like anything anymore. I've had it in front of my air purifier for about 5 hours now. And then the last thing I wanted to mention is that I probably used about 5 gross total of crystals for this size cell phone case, which is for an iPhone SE.